I have no idea what this means. This does ring a bell, but the episode escapes me, and I'm sure maybe the other questions are related to that episode. I have no idea what this episode is, but I remember this somewhat. It's in the back of my mind. I think Data said the line. I can't place it any beyond that. And again, these are game cards, so they weren't meant to be read the way I'm reading them. So the context is always difficult. Is Starfleet really copyrighted? Does it need a trademark? Can we just not have Starfleet? No? Okay. A starship officer can be extradited for a trial if there's an extradition treaty? Huh? No, not if there's an extradition treaty. Judge Advocate General appoints legal counsel. The ship's captain decides that the evidence is strong enough to warrant extradition. Okay. All right. I'm still in the dark here. All right. Next question. For the purposes of a hearing where did Picard recreate? Oh, okay. Now I got the episode. It's a matter of perspective. 3rd season. Riker gets into some trouble because he was flirting around with a researcher's wife, and then the lab blows up, and everybody just blames Riker. And this is a key episode, really, not in Star Trek, but just learning about things, because it teaches us the value of perspective, hence the name, right? Rather than there's just one particular truth. So when you investigate, when you have internal conflicts, I've certainly had those in my job, right? Where, these people don't like each other, and it goes way back, and then it becomes a mess, but no one's lying, right? It's those perspectives that are difficult to understand if they're locked in that perspective. My fallback when there's interpersonal conflict in the workplace is this episode that I watched as a kid, just to get an idea of these events may have happened, but depending on how you're looking at them, they take on their own shape. So you can see the value of the holodeck in this episode. And I'm glad, this is a nice thing about the cards. It gets me thinking about stuff. The value of the holodeck in this episode is recreating these narratives that no one is wrong, but the perspectives take on a particular form as the story gets told again and again and again. So why don't these people like each other? Well, it might go back to this one incident, and then if they stop talking, and then this whispering happens somewhere else, and Riker gets basically he steps in doggy doo-doo, and a lot of us in our lives have stepped in doggy doo-doo where we didn't do such a thing, right? But the perception of the environment is that we did, and we're stuck. We just stepped into it. And in this episode, Riker does that, and in this, and it's serious. The consequences are pretty serious. Matter of perspective. Now I'm geeking out. It deserves a whole episode. I'm now sharing, when I find myself in a position that one needs to mediate, you have to take into consideration the perspectives more than simply the event that happened. And once again, not to just repeat what I just said, an episode like A Matter of Perspective was one of those few Next Gen episodes that really gets to, gets one to appreciate that. Because we're just so used to this is right, this is wrong. If you're on a jury trial too, this must be taken into consideration, because there's serious legal and sociological work behind this too. It's not just this Trek episode, obviously, but you know, if you're looking at a witness account of an event, you're going to find unique accounts from each witness. And then it's finally up to somebody to arbitrate that or decide, you know, what happened. But, you know, Troy makes a fine point in this episode where, you know, Riker's saying this didn't happen. And Troy's like, well, that I'm sure, yes, that's right. But from her perspective, it did happen like this. And this gets to that we're, you know, this is not quite a black and white world now, is it? All right. So, matter of perspective. Great episode. It's season 3, right? Season 3 through season 4. I'll have some stuff down below. This made my day. I love this episode. More people should talk about it. Maybe someone will be inspired by my discussion and do their own YouTube video. But please give me credit because not many people watch this channel and I could use some hits too. I know that's just me. All right, so let's get back to the trivia, the question itself. Yes, we used the holodeck to create that stuff. There you go. All right. Okay, so the thing about, so here's what's happened in this episode. I said, something blows up. So, Geordi's there helping the scientist. It doesn't matter what the scientist is doing. It matters that the scientist's wife is flirting with Riker. And I don't really know how this ends. Maybe it was the assistant that did it. It was like the mystery got in the way of the larger message. I don't really like mysteries for that very reason, but whatever. Because we never remember the end of the mystery. Okay, which of these substances? Well, I don't know. Oh no! Why do the construction of a starship's interior walls? Tritanium. Well, this is a different episode. Tritanium is mentioned in Where Silence Has Lease, second season, Next Gen. Unless I'm just totally... All right, never mind. Interior walls. Well, wait a minute. I'm not saying that's incorrect. But now I'm thinking of Where Silence Has Lease. Great episode, Nagilum, where Riker and Worf are on the Yamato, or the Nagilum's version of it. And, Riker's like, this isn't a Federation ship. These walls aren't tritanium. But I guess they're duranium. Or maybe I'm misremembering totally, which is totally the concept of this channel in the first place. This getting what's stuck up here out into the ether so I can geek out on things I hadn't expected to geek out on and clear the clutter out of my head. That's what the show's about. So, duranium. Okay. Share your duranium memories down below. Look forward to hearing about those. Okay, now maybe, I guess that was related to matter of perspective. What material did Doctor request more of? This is so funny. I want to say salt. We'll make it into the man trap. We need more salt up here. I don't know what the material was. Do you? Does anybody? I mean, maybe I don't know. The things stick and things don't. But, the specifics of this episode are not as important, which is somewhat funny given the specifics of that episode. Anywho. DISCOillium. Yes, I know it. Or, if only that my dyslexic tendencies kicked in, because I wanted to call it DISCOillium. But which needs to exist somewhere. So it's DISCOillium. I'm remembering now. Hey, there's a tritanium. See, I'm kind of on track with something. The tritanium's there. Whoever wrote this, I'm seeing the patterns. I see that they're there. I know what they are. Okay. And we're done. Oh no! This is the break. It's a Lucaris format card. So we put the bottom in the middle. Okay, so this may not be related to... Oh, well, hey, this is where the mystery ends. He accidentally killed himself. Okay, I didn't remember that. Okay, there we go. That answers the question from later on. Apgar. It's Nell deGrasse Apgar, right? That's full name. Yeah. Okay. I didn't quite read. Oh, well, I already... yeah. Sexually assaulted, Commander Riker, yep. I'm going to leave that alone. that's another 20 minutes on if that episode would fly today. But we're gonna leave that one alone. I mean, thought about that. Oh, Chief Inspector Krog. I don't know. I'm sure they gave it some kind of alien name like Directorate or Consortium or blah blah blah. We'll see. Oh no. Okay. The security force. Security force. Oh, there's a lot of questions. We're gonna keep going. Oh, with the name of the device itself that he blew up and killed himself with, and it's kind of a stretch that, they knew that it was a device because the holodeck suddenly revealed that. I mean, did you program the holodeck that thoroughly? Yeah, okay. The lambda field generator is part of the Krieger. Oh, the Krieger wave research. Yes. Are we gonna do 10? We're done. All right. That was a fun one. I love those legal ones. Well, I mean, sorry. Voyager tried to do one with Tom Paris. It's the memory implant. I don't even remember how that one turned out, but it was not done as well as Matter of Perspective, and that's good. That's a gem in a lot of a lot of the episodes that all have genre-like episodes. Courtroom episodes, so on and so forth. But that one stands out for its unique approach and the larger lesson about perspective. How about that? So that is the lesson we have picked up on today, and I will see you next time, to be continued.